Hey guys, my name is Alexandra with the Bucket List Mermaid, and I am here today at the beautiful Ouray. I'm gonna pronounce it Ouray. I'm pretty sure it's Ouray. One of the locals told me like, hooray, Ouray, but I was pronouncing it Ouray. I'm even a local and I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm very sorry. Anyway, I am here at the Ouray Riverside Resort here in beautiful Colorado, and I'm going to be taking you around the entire campsite today. I'm telling you what I like, what I don't like, maybe some tips and tricks that I have learned from staying here, and just more helpful information so that you can decide if this place is right to add to your bucket list. I love it here. This is so beautiful. I can see why Ouray is called the Switzerland of the Rockies, because dang. Okay, so let's start with one of the biggest draws to this RV park, and that is you are right on the river, and just look at this mountain view. And I'm actually going to take you 360 degrees around so that you can actually see what the view is saying here, because it is absolutely stunning, and I don't even think that that comes close to describing the mountain views that you will get here in Ouray. This is the RV park itself. There is my rig right there. And I will say that this is a riverfront spot. However, it's not, you can't really see the river from the rig. You do have to take this little pathway. However, it is very easy access to the river. So although you're not looking at a river, I think it is still pretty easy access. While we are here, I'm just gonna go ahead and take you around my spot. This is spot number 40. So right here, we're in my spot, and there are a plethora of spots here at Ouray Riverside Resort, and I must say that it is kind of like a glorified RV parking lot. However, there is a little bit of space. The spaces are pretty wide, and they do have a picnic table. There is no shade really in the spots themselves. However, it is really nice because once it hits around 5 o'clock, all the mountains block the sun, so that is a very nice touch. And it's so nice because all of these spots are full hookups. You know, definitely have the awnings out because it's hot. So one thing that I do have to say about larger rigs is that I think if this place is very, very full, it might get a little hard. And that's just because a lot of people actually put their trucks that are attached to their fifth wheels or that they're towing, they put them on the side. And I think that there is room. Like, I actually managed to get my fifth wheel in here and then put the truck to the side. However, it does make it a little tight if you are leaving. Like, we did have a neighbor leave. We're like, do you want to move the truck? And he was like, no, I think we're fine, which I think if you have a smaller rig, it's not that big of a deal. But if you do have a larger rig and you had 2 trucks on each side, you would just have to be very proficient in your backing skills. Luckily, when we did arrive, there was an escort that actually helped me back in, so I really did appreciate that from the staff. So here's a good example of what I'm talking about. So like, there's our rig, there's our truck right parked next to the rig, there's that dude's car, there's that dude's rig, and then the other truck that pulls the rig is right over there. So you just kind of smash them in. Just look at the views from this park. I literally wake up every morning and see these mountains. It's honestly incredible. So since this spot is empty, this is site number 36. We're gonna go take a look. So over here you have your full hookups, sewer, electric, 20, 30, 50, and then your water. So definitely full hookups here. And then that over there is to the river. Right here, we're now walking to where you would check in, and it's also the RV office. And then it's also where the trash is. So right over here, they actually have a bear-proof trash, and there are bears here. We actually did have a bear come near our RV here because we saw the little scat. So definitely be aware of that with pets. Definitely keep them on a leash at all times because the bears are here. Okay, so behind me are some other accommodation options. Just in case you do not have an RV, it is very important that they're actually not a tent site, because I actually asked, because I had some friends coming up for her birthday, and I was like, can we just put a tent outside? And they said no. You also cannot have wood fires. You can have propane fires, I believe. However, the other fires are a no-go. So if you're not into RVing or you don't have an RV, you can also rent these rustic cabins, and I believe they're also pet friendly. So that's really nice, and the views from these are amazing. I've walked past the back. Well, we'll do that too. They're absolutely amazing. Those are actually more where you can actually see the river from the cabin. The RVs on this side, not as much, but the cabins, absolutely, you can see the river in all of it. Right here are the backs of those cabins, and as you can see, they have these picnic tables back here, and then you're actually kind of on a hill. So you can just hang out and the river is literally right there. And this river path that is accessible from all of these riverfront RV spots is actually the way that you would go into town. It's about like a 15 to 20 minute walk, or you can actually cross the bridge and you can do a trail back there. So it's very nice to be able to have access to this river, just be able to walk as you please on the river. It's a very nice walk. And now let's talk about something that I personally have never seen at any other RV park, is they actually have a restaurant just right here. And it's funny because if you look up like best restaurants in Ouray, I just did it again. I did Ouray. It's Ouray. Actually, this one comes up, so it's pretty good. And they also have live music every Friday night. So definitely a very nice addition to this campground that I've never really seen anywhere else. And it's kind of nice because I don't know about you, but whenever I pack up, it's like rerouting my entire life. We move every like 1 to 2 weeks. So whenever we do have these moving days, we don't want to cook at all because we're absolutely exhausted. And this was amazing. Here's some spots in the middle of the park. You do have a little bit more shade in the middle of the park, I've noticed, versus these ones right on the river. So keep that in mind. And over here, right to the left of the Smokehouse, this is where the laundry, the showers are, hot water, good water pressure. Have nothing really bad to say about the showers here, other than thank you. I do appreciate a good shower that I don't have to do in the RV. Awesome. And over here, this tiny little cabin, which I'm gonna be honest, we've slipped on this, hit our head on that, so just be careful. This whole thing is a tiny game room. Look how cute. Super tiny, but again, just a very unique thing that I appreciate. Okay, seriously, it's like straight up mountains. This is insane. So right here, I am in the laundry room. So the only thing that I'll say about this laundry room is there are a lot of rules and you do have to use quarters. So we had a heck of a time like trying to get change for our quarters, and then it ended up like we couldn't use our Tide Pods, so then we had to go back to the store and get other detergent, then you have to like measure it specifically. So anyway, there's a lot of different rules for this laundry room, so just make sure to look at them. They do have this change machine. I personally did not have much luck with it. I actually had to go to the store. So this is another example of some shade. Like this tree provides a lot of shade. This is spot number 11. We definitely do not have this by the river. So if you do have a smaller rig and you don't mind being in the middle, it might be a good alternative for some shade. And over here in the middle, they do have some bigger rig pull-through spots, which I think are very nice. They do not have a lot of shade. However, it is an option if you do not like backing up your rig, which I don't, so I appreciate that. But again, every spot here is full hookup, so it's really up to you. Okay, so now we're going down to the end of the park. I believe that these are the deluxe riverfront spots, which, man, I can't even imagine how expensive those are. And there is a very nice turnaround area right here for bigger rigs, so I do appreciate that as well. I'm assuming that the deluxe riverfront sites, you could maybe be able to see the river a little bit more. At least that's what I'm picturing. However, I don't think it's that big of a difference. This is number 65 right here that we're going in right now. Again, has full hookup. You can see the river a little bit more from this spot. You're not exactly like below a hill. Yeah, I guess you can just see the river a little bit more, have more access to that. Still have the mountain view. I don't know if it's that much more worth it, if it's that much more expensive. I think I would prefer to pay less and walk up the hill and see the river maybe. I don't know. And here's some more of those rustic cabins. There's some overflow parking over there, which is super nice. I think I personally prefer the other ones just because they're a little bit more on the hill so that you can just go out and see the river, and you're also closer to town and the Smokehouse. So I think that's my personal opinion, is I like the other three down there better. Okay, so here I am on the other side, and they have some more rustic cabins here. And then they also have a hot tub area and a gas station and a store. So let's go check it out. So right here, here's some hot tubs. And this is really, really cute with these all lit up at night. So one reason I have to talk about this is because I have a very large rig and there's actually two entrances. One of them is by the gas station and then one of them is a little bit down the road, or it's first if you're coming through Ouray. If you're coming through Montrose, you're gonna pass the gas station and then it's gonna be on the right. And I just say this because I think it would be very, very difficult to actually get out of here with a big rig, and they actually warned us against this. So the address is actually 1700 Main Street for the actual RV park, and then this is right down the road. I just don't want you to get yourself into a pickle. You know, no pickles in RVing. So they have a car wash station over here, and then this is its own little gas station, which is so cute. Again, another unique amenity that you don't see very often. And then this is a cute little store. This is also very good for grocery shopping because there is actually not a main grocery shopping place like a Safeway or a City Market until you get to Montrose, which is about 45 minutes away. And this is a pretty good option, or else you might have to walk into town, but there you go. But all of them are very little like mountain markets. You're definitely not going to find any big supermarkets over here. Kind of fun, but very nice to know that it's here so that you don't have to drive all the way to Montrose, because we actually did do that once. It's just a tiny little gas station. And then the RV park is that way. So what exactly do I like about the Ouray Riverside Resort? Honestly, the location. If you've never been to Ouray, this place is a adventurer's paradise. And I think that the Ouray Riverside Resort really shines in its location. Not only do you have pretty much 360-degree views of mountains everywhere, but it's also conveniently located. We can literally walk into town, walk into Cascade Falls, so it's very conveniently located. The $1 Million Highway is right there. So I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10 for just where it's located specifically. Another thing that I like about this place is that it does have a lot of amenities, and it does have a lot of unique amenities. Like the restaurant, they also have their own gas station up the road. They have some hot tubs. So it's definitely not the most amenities I've ever seen in an RV park. However, it definitely shines with all of the things that they provide you with here. Also, the staff, really, really nice people, helped us out. Even drove my mom up to the gas station, which he totally didn't need to do. They also helped me back the RV, so definitely a huge shout out to the staff here at the Ouray Riverside Resort. And obviously just the river, like you just love the river. Although it's not technically like you can't walk out your door and see a river like I have. Also, if you do want that, I do have an RV park for you. So definitely check it out on the bucketlistmermaid.com. I'll link it. However, this one, at least it's close in proximity to it, so I'll take what I can get. Now let's just talk a little bit about what is not my favorite thing about this park. Number one, honestly, is that it's just so expensive. I think it's just the area, but I don't know. I just get annoyed when I like pay the price of a moderate hotel to just park my RV. I mean, granted, it does have full hookups, it does have the amenities, and I think it really is location, but I'm just annoyed. And honestly, like I just always compare it to the Glenwood KOA as far as price, because that one was like pretty pricey. However, the price that you paid to get there was literally like you got your own deck, your own barbecue, your own gazebo. You're literally right on the river, like you're sitting and you're looking at the mountains and the river. There was a pool. It was like about the same price. And I think this does have a lot of amenities, and I think that it is a very cool location, but I'm just not sure that the price point is like super reflective of that. I think it could just be just a tad cheaper, just a tad. And also on that note, I do think that this is, as I said, definitely a little bit of a glorified RV parking lot. You know, like it's gravel and rocks. You don't have any shade over there. You do have a picnic table, but you don't have a fire pit. That's pretty much the only thing that they provide in these sites. And you are pretty packaged in with your partner. See, this is what I mean. Here's my area, and then there's my neighbor. It's just very tight, you know what I mean? And I purposefully backed it up so that I was very close to the electric box so that we could have maximum space where our actual windows are, but I'm still like looking at my neighbor 10 out of 10. And whenever I do go back to like dump the sewer and everything, I'm basically like in my neighbor's spot. So they're very packed in here, and I wouldn't be expecting like these grand RV spots. I think that the beauty in this park definitely lies with you like going and doing adventurous activities. Now granted, there are like mountains everywhere, so if I just like step out of my RV a little bit and like go past my neighbor, I'm literally treated to mountains all around, so that's cool. And with that being said, what can you actually do here? Let me tell you, because this place is, again, an adventure's paradise. I haven't slept much when I've been here in Ouray. Ouray itself, absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It might actually be my favorite Colorado mountain town. And I've lived here my entire life, so it's incredible. The mountain views from there are incredible. You can actually walk to Cascade Falls, which is very, very nice. If you are looking to do more waterfalls, you can also go to Box Canyon. If you're just looking to take a drive, you can go to the $1 Million Highway, or you can go to Telluride. If you are going to Telluride, you can park in the Mountain View, and then you take a 14-minute gondola over the mountain down to Telluride. And honestly, this saved us so much money and time trying to find parking. You can also go see Bridal Falls, which is the highest waterfall in Colorado, and we were also treated to a bunch of other waterfalls there. So just a lot of hiking, a lot of waterfalls. If you're looking for something a little bit more relaxing, I would definitely recommend the Orvis Hot Springs. Not if you have children. There were children there. It made me very uncomfortable because it is clothing optional. I repeat, it is clothing optional. And I'm not gonna lie, I really, really enjoyed just like laying in that hot spring, quite nude, just looking up at the stars. It was nighttime, so I felt, okay, I finally got my courage. It took a while, like all day, but I finally got my courage. And yeah, I just laid there and there was just a sky full of stars. It was just beautiful. There was waterfalls, there was different pools, so definitely recommend Orvis Hot Springs. If you do have children or you have an aversion to naked bodies, I would definitely recommend just going to the normal one. You can actually walk to it from this RV park. It's like a 10-minute walk and it's beautiful. Looks more like a pool. However, the surrounding areas and the mountains are incredible. Chef's kiss. Another thing that is quite popular here that you can actually reserve here is Jeep tours. There was a lot of Jeep tours around, so I'm guessing there's a lot of four-wheel driving around here. And also the Via Ferrata. I actually did this with my friends because I said they came up for her birthday, and this was not for the weak. If you love rock climbing, it's kind of like a secure rock climbing experience, so it's really good if you like don't really want to do like the scary I'm gonna fall and have to jump rock climbing, but you still want to feel that experience. It was definitely very intense. I will be making an entire video on that Via Ferrata because I loved it. It was great. As I said, I did not sleep much while I was here. This place is amazing. So that is it for the Ouray Riverside Resort, and I want to hear your thoughts. Would you park your RV here? Is this a little too adventurous for you? Is it not adventurous enough? Is this a good RV destination? Definitely make sure to let me know in the comments, and as always, I have a very in-depth guide that goes even further than this video on my website at the Bucket List Mermaid of everything, all your questions answered about this resort so that you can make sure that it is right for your RV and your bucket list, or maybe a cabin. As always, I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting me and my traveling mermaid lifestyle so that I can help you live adventurously. If you do like this content, it would just mean the world to me if you could just hit that subscribe button so that I can keep bringing you free adventure content. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and happy adventuring. Ouray, 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 I like you. Good job.